So the Babylon Bee is hugely successful because it's great. It's one of the few remaining amusing sites on the internet. It's really smart. So of course, big tech hates it and is trying to censor it and prevent people from reading it. Seth Dillon is the CEO of the Babylon Bee. He's a very successful businessman, but he probably spends all his time just trying to keep his voice from being stifled. Seth, thanks so much for coming on. So I know you've been involved in these battles probably every day for months now. What are the attempts now to shut you guys down?
Where do I begin? Well, I mean, it starts with misinformation, right? I mean, we've been fact-checked to death over and over again. It started out with this fact-check about CNN purchasing an industrial-sized washing machine so they could spin the news before publication, you know, and it's just been on and on and on from there. We get fact-checked
Oh, that wasn't real?
Wasn't real. That was a fake story, believe it or not. So, you know, basically the social networks have been using these fact checkers to, you know, try to, is like under the guise of like trying to control misinformation. It's politically motivated, has been the whole time. And we're seeing, like right now, we're seeing a drastic drop in traffic, a decline, a steady decline over the course of time. It started really around the election last year, but leading into the 2020 election. And it's just been this steady decline, rapid decline. We used to drive most of our traffic through Facebook. We now drive very little of our traffic through Facebook. Our articles that used to go crazy viral, you repost them now, they get like barely any shares at all. I joked recently, like one of the articles that we shared, it reached 11 people. We have over 1 million people in our audience. It reached 11 people. We could have reached more people if we'd printed it out and like nailed it to like a telephone pole in a small town.
I mean, Facebook now, or the social media companies, are specifically going against satire. Like, they're basically saying humor is no longer allowed, and they're saying it explicitly.
Yeah, well, okay, so they've made new rules, right? They have new rules that they're rolling out. They've got this new policy. Satire's allowed. They're going to allow satire, but there's a catch. You can't punch down. No punching down is allowed. So they've got this new thing, and how you define punching down, I mean, look, it's like they have all these protected things, these sacred cows that they don't want you to joke about. They want to control your speech and control what you joke about. And I think it's the most condescending thing ever. I mean, imagine thinking to yourself, I can't joke about those people. They're beneath me. I mean, how condescending is that to have that thought go through your head? We're not allowed to joke about women because joking about women would be considered punching down. It would be hate speech under the guise of satire. I don't think women are beneath me. So I reject the whole premise that, you know, it's even possible to really punch down at people who aren't beneath me to begin with. But they just perpetuate those stereotypes by enforcing rules like this. And it's really just aimed at curbing and silencing and ostracizing satire, comedy, and thinkers that they don't like.
If you're regulating humor, you're kind of East Germany at that point, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Look, putting your rulers up to, that's the whole point of satire, right? It's to punch up. It's to speak truth to power.
Right.
You know, tyrants don't like that. It's the thing that they hate more than anything else.
I've noticed.
So, you know, the fact that they're coming after us, we're actually not punching down. We are punching up. Most of the ideas we go after are progressive ideas. They're popular ideas. They're advanced by celebrities, corporations, politicians.
Exactly.
They're coming from the top down. We're punching back. We're not punching down.
If anybody is fighting the power, it's the Babylon Bee. And you will succeed in the end because you're smart. And we're rooting for you. Seth, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.